Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. Every little cell in my body is happy. Every little cell in my body is well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. I'm so glad every little cell in my body is happy and well. Welcome, one and all and everyone, to Freak Speak Friday. I am your host, Arielle. I show up in my authentic self to speak from my frequency because we are all freaks. I'm trying to figure out how to stop my background. Give me 1 second here. It's not doing what I wanted to do today. Okay, here we go. Yay! So you guys can see I'm outside for real today. All right, so I need to pull up the chat. I hope everyone is doing well so far. Pulling up the chat. Give me a second, guys. Yay! All right, so we got Liz is here. Much love, Liz. And big sis Shelly is here. Hello, hello. And we got Melissa. Much love. Welcome everyone. It is so good to see you. Thank you for joining me here again, ladies. I love you so much. So today we are still going to have our dance party, of course. We are going to celebrate the fact that we are alive, that we exist, that we are thriving, and just to get our energy up. And then we're going to do some research, and we're going to talk about water, and we're going to talk about why it is so powerful. I feel like this realm is a supernatural realm, and there are more things that are magical than we're led to believe. So we're going to go ahead and dive into water. Sue Finelli, hello, my darling. I hope you're doing well. I hope work is going well. Tell me, I didn't know what your new job was, so I'm so excited to hear about that. And I hope your coworkers are nice. I hope your boss is not an asshole. All those good things. Shelly, how are your chickens? How are your girls doing? I saw a video a couple days ago about making bugs or like creating a bug box to give them protein, and like that way they would have infinite amounts of self-harvesting protein. And I thought about you. I'm gonna get chickens one day eventually. Oh my gosh, Liz, no worries, girl, no worries. You can definitely still dance in your head. I will dance enough for all of us. If you guys see, I'm under this palm tree. I don't think you can see the palm tree behind me. And if you see like some leaves that are getting on us, yeah, bear with me. Okay, so Sue works at the Ace Hardware store. Okay, very nice. I wonder if you see any handsome, rugged men coming in there. Yes, the soldier flies. Melissa is my sister from another mister. She knows. We be on the same wavelength. Yes, I was literally thinking about that. I mean, that's a video that I watched. I don't know if it's the same video or if you just are super knowledgeable and you know what I'm talking about. But yes, it was soldier flies.
Okay, so we still have a little bit of time before 11:11. We're going to let some more people come in here. I am going to try to finagle this into a way where I can dance. It's been so long since I've danced. Oh my gosh, I couldn't dance last week. I feel so much better now. I still have been taking my flu bombs. My mom and I have still been taking them because there's been some residual coughing, some residual like congestion and phlegm that we've been dealing with, but we're definitely still feeling much better and continuously building up our immune systems. Shelly says that her girls are doing great. They follow me around the yard and wait for me to rise for them to get bugs, and I buy them a 5-pound bag to get them daily. You spoil them. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Of course you have to spoil them. That's why they lay so many eggs for you. Sue has a day off today. Oh, you're still doing DoorDash and Uber. Ooh, Uber too. See, I thought about doing Uber, but I can't get over having strangers in my car. I really can't. I'm a woman. I know you're a woman too, but I feel like out of the two of us, like, and I don't even want to say this out loud because I think I'm a strong woman, and if you come at me, I'm gonna fight, right? I just don't want to put myself in that position. And Sue, I feel like you could fuck a motherfucker up, man. You could take care of yourself. You probably, I don't know what they got in California, if you can conceal carry or whatnot. I don't have my concealed carry permit, and I got I got a dinky little mace, but like I just feel too iffy about the Uber, so that's why I never did that. I just got my my red card, Sue, if you know what that is, with DoorDash. So now I can like go grocery shopping for people. I think I might add Instacart. I might do that as well. I tried to do Amazon Flex, but they're booked. There's too many people. Like I'm on the wait list for Amazon Flex, and I'm on the wait list for Grubhub. So Myrtle Beach is, oversaturated with people who want to work for themselves. So I can't. I haven't been able to get in to do those two things. Um, and because I didn't want to do the Uber, I didn't do the Uber Eats either. Like, they want so much information. I was just like, I'm not even going to. So I think I'm going to try Instacart, and maybe I will try Uber Eats as well. But that's where I'm at right now. I've been looking at oh, okay. Oh my gosh, Shelly says she raises some 420 for them as well. No, she raised a pot for them. Raise a pot? A pot of what? Hold on, am I reading this right? Oh, okay. Sue doesn't do the rides. Okay, I got you. Sue is little but mighty. Yes, the red card. Okay, Sue knows what I'm talking about. They don't have Instacart doesn't have openings in your area either. Oh, girl, I feel you. Okay, we got 2 minutes until we dance. I don't want to get off track. Going to make sure I stay on track today. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I've been looking at jobs and stuff, but I really want to keep my time open. My sister is about to give birth in about a month or so, and she, wants us to be up there. My mom already has a job, so it's not like she can take off. So like a lot of time, so it would really be up to me. So I'm trying to really keep myself open. So, just doing what I can for now. All right, ladies, we are about 1 minute away. Let me prepare for our dance party. Give me a second here. All right, so Once again, if you're just joining, welcome to Freak Speak Friday. We're going to have a dance party now. If you can't dance, that's okay. Bob your head, tap your foot, and don't worry, because we are all where we need to be right now.
It's a dance party. It's Arielle's dance party.
Take my this off.
Dance, 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 dance. It's a dance party. It's Arielle's dance party.
My hair out.
It's a dance party. It's Arielle's dance party. Dance, 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 dance. It's Arielle's dance party. Dance, 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 dance. It's a dance party. It's Arielle's dance party.
Yay! Okay. Now let me sit back down and get situated again. Whew. That is always such a workout. Man, I can never get tired of that. Hey, it's Tommy. Okay, and we're back. Thank y'all for dancing with me. Welcome, Tommy. Oh, Liz, thank you. Pretty in pink. It's me, Shelly. That's funny. Yay. Yes, Melissa is a busy lady. All right, y'all. So today we are going to be talking about water. So I've been thinking a lot about water lately. Not just the fact that, you know, we need to drink water, right? Our bodies are at least 70% water. And we need to drink as much as possible. Water with minerals, of course. Distilled water is the best. And then if you take put some salt in it, magnesium or something like that, that is really good. But has anyone ever heard about The Shape of Water or the documentary? I think it's just The Shape of Water, the rice experiments. Has anybody Heard about any of that stuff? Oh yeah, you guys, and don't forget, Tommy is having a get together on July 25th. I might be able to come. Hopefully, we'll see. Just depends on where my family is at and where finances are at and stuff. Oh yes, Shelly, we get a lot of our water from our fruits. Yes, that's another thing. I think coconut water is probably the absolute best type of water you could have, honestly. It has all of the minerals. It has all of the vitamins and nutrients and stuff that you need. So the rice experiment. Has anybody heard about the rice experiment? The rice experiment. Liz says, I don't remember my parents or grandparents drinking lots of water. My grandfather was a gardener on the estate and worked hard. That's cool. I hope they did drink a lot of water. If they were working outside a lot, they would need that that hydration. But okay, so I know I'm kind of all over the place, and this is Freak Speak Friday, so it's not like I've got things memorized or in order or anything. So let's talk about the rice experiment first. So, and this is in relation to water because we want to see how our words affect the water. So if you take, let's say three different jars, and you put, you fill the jars halfway with water, halfway with rice, so that, the rice is submerged in the water. And then, and you can do this a couple different ways, but you write on one jar, I love you. You write on another jar, I hate you. And then you use the third jar as your control, so you can see, what would happen if you didn't do anything. And so for a week, you take out the I love you jar and you say, I love you, I love you, I love you. You take out the I hate you jar and you say, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. And then after a week, you see what has happened to the different rices. And you will find that the rice that got hate started to mold and mildew and fester. And the rice that got the love started to ferment correctly. It didn't turn a bad color, right? It actually correctly fermented. It didn't go rancid. And then the rice that, didn't get anything, just didn't have any type of change really whatsoever. So this goes to show you that our words have power. Our words are not something that don't affect us. And it also shows that water has memory. That's funny. Nobody drank water growing up, or you didn't see people drinking water growing up. They would drink out of the hose every now and then. Hey, Jonna. Much love, Jonna. Oh, yeah. Jaron talked about the rice experiment. That's funny. I'm not sure if it was a psyop to make us drink more fluoride in the water. I don't blame it, or I don't doubt that's probably somewhere. But we definitely still need to drink water, but it needs to be certain water. It can't just be dead water. Like, there is such a thing as just dead water. I love charging my water with my Care wand, it structures it and always salt my water. Oh, that wand, did I say it right? Care. Is it a crystal wand? That sounds freaking amazing. And yes, you have to charge your water and structure it. Also, like putting it in copper, drinking it out of copper does that. Making it go in a swirl does that. We're going to look some stuff up. We grew up with well water, so cold. Ooh, that's awesome. Oh, and Awakened Mind dropping some knowledge about the concealed weapon from a little while ago. That's funny. Okay, guys, so let me go ahead and share my screen and let's do some research together. I didn't prepare anything, so we're gonna find all of this out together. All right, so let's start with the rice experiment. This is so much fun. Okay, so the Japanese doctor, Masura Emoto. Yes, okay. Let me see if I can find something that actually talks about that. Wow, this is from 2014. 2014. Oh, I thought that was what is that? Rice. I thought that was Rice News, but I wasn't gonna look at that. I tried a rice experiment. It shocked me. I want a video or something. Let's just go with this one. It couldn't hurt. Let's see if we can find a picture with the differences. Ugh. You have to have an account to read this. Fuck off. Nobody cares. Oh, terahertz frequency generator. Oh, that sounds freaking awesome, Melissa. Let's see. Do I need a subscription to read this one? Oh, she did it after 6 weeks. Okay, here is, I don't know if you guys can see. So the nice rice just looks regular, and the mean rice, it looks brown. I feel like I've seen ones that are actually much more rancid than these ones. But these are great pictures. She did after, oh wow, day 24. A long time. That, look at that. Even after day 24, it's still super good. And it like really absorbed the water. The one that ignored didn't absorb the water at all. And the mean one, it's got that brown tint on the bottom there. All right, that's a good one. Let's see if I can find let's find this actual guy. Dr. Emoto. And then we're going to find something else that I thought was really cool as well. That's a actual news article, not a news article, like an experiment. My yoga playground. Oh, here's what I wanted to see. Okay. Hopefully this gives us the picture that I wanted to see here. That's a video. Oh, the Healing Power of Water is a book, but it didn't have the pictures that I wanted. Okay. Sorry, guys. This is all live and unscripted. We don't know what we're going to find, and we're just going to keep going until we find something that looks like it would work for our stream. That's another video. We could watch the video, I guess. Yeah, why not? Let's go ahead. Let's open this up. Let's do this one.
Okay, rice experiment. Actually, maybe this should be called the consciousness experiment, because that's what this is about. Okay, so obviously these are just little glass jars, lids, all washed up. And then here is some cooked rice. Not much, because the rest of it is in my tummy. Now, this is going in here. 1 spoonful in there. There they go, 2 little glass containers of rice. Love and hate. So I'm going to take the love, we'll stick this one, we'll stick it across the top, there like that. Look. Love, hate. Every day for the next month, I'm going to love this rice, send it some love. Just think love. And with this rice, I'm going to think hate, horrid, hate it, evil rice. That's going to be the only difference between these two identical containers of rice, apart from the word and the intention. Day 3, fennel seed, still fine. The love rice, still completely fine. As is the hate rice. Nothing to report, no changes. Still no change, day 4. See you tomorrow. Okay, so this is day 5, and I think you can see on the hate rice, blue mould. You can see that, it's started to mould, day 5. Day 6, and you can see the mould grow in there on the hate rice. Look at that. Day 7. Day 8.
Wow, look at that, y'all.
Day 9. The effect of thought on reality. The difference between these two pieces of rice. That one has got bad negative energy going to it.
Only 9 days later.
Love, good energy. The impact of consciousness on reality. Day 10. Day 11. So this is day 13. I dropped this little jam jar of rice, but I think you can see that's gone really bad.
That's really bad.
It's gone disgustingly bad. Liquid on the bottom.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, look at that, right? Just sending our consciousness, and I think I like what he said, that it's more of a consciousness experiment. He didn't put any extra water in there, but he did cook his rice. So his rice had already had water in it, so it was cooked. I've seen it where it was they didn't cook it at all. It was just like, you know, dried rice, and then they put it in water. So there's definitely different ways to do it. This might be the actual water documentary. We're gonna watch this real quick and see if this is any good. It shouldn't be any long. This is real cute. Quick.
Dr. Emoto has conducted another interesting experiment. He placed rice into 3 glass beakers and covered it with water. And then every day for a month, he said, "Thank you" to one beaker, "You're an idiot" to the second, and the third one he completely ignored. After 1 month, the rice that had been thanked began to ferment, giving off a strong, pleasant aroma. The rice in the second beaker turned black, and the rice that was ignored began to rot. Dr. Emoto thinks that this experiment provides an important lesson, especially with regard to how we treat children. We should take care of them, give them attention, and converse with them. Indifference does the greatest harm.
Tell some dreamy story, but almost.
That's really cool. So he put the water in there, and according to him, the one that is ignored did the worst. I mean, the one that started to rot, that's, you know, bad in and of itself. But in his control one was actually the one that did the worst. So that's actually really interesting as well. So the going back to water, like water holds memory. Where is that? Messages from water. Let's do book, because he wrote a book. Let's talk about his book. The hidden messages in water. Hidden messages. Let's see if I can find a video about this. A short video. Oh, there's a full film. No, here's an overview. Let's do this overview. How about that, guys? Yeah, I see what you're saying. I wouldn't keep them all together. I would keep them and I wouldn't like say I would keep them in the pantry together, but when I was speaking to them, I wouldn't do it when they're right next to each other. And that I agree. So this is a picture of water up close and the molecules of how it actually looks, which is pretty cool. And we don't want any of that. All right, here we go. So this is what it looks like. So you can see some water crystals from the photographs. Each water crystal you see was exposed to the word that it has written on it prior to being photographed. Okay, so the water crystal for love and gratitude looks beautiful. The one for you disgust me, I mean, look at that. It has no real form or shape. The one that has the word eternal, oh wow, that is really pretty. That's very uniform, right? Peace isn't as defined, but it is still really pretty. Oh my gosh, look at evil. What even is that? I mean, it's like a blob of nothing with a big bright spot in the middle. That's crazy. And then thank you. Thank you is really uniform and it has really nice fine lines. Wow. Isn't this crazy? It looks like snowflakes. It looks like snowflakes. That is really crazy. Okay, that's the end of the article. It's a really short article, but this is really what I wanted us to see was the actual up close crystallization of the water and how it looks under a microscope with the words attached to it. One thing that you know, I haven't read the book, so I'm interested to know if he really goes into the fact that water holds memory. Like this water, and all water holds memory, I think. So the water that we speak love and gratitude to, it remembers that. Like water doesn't forget. And if you say, you know, you disgust me, that water is carried on, and it remembers that. And we have to like continuously structure our water to make sure that it remembers something better. Let's keep going. Are y'all with me? Y'all finding this fascinating? Should we talk about something else? Oh, hey, Billington. I hope you're doing well, Justin. Lunch break. All right, let's look at this one. Another stupid pop-up. Let's see. He used distilled water and he exposed it to different types of music. Oh, this is fascinating. I don't know if you guys know, like that music, our music was tampered. Classical music is tuned to a different frequency. 440 hertz is the good hertz, and then our modern music is tuned to a detrimental. I think it's like It's either 410 or 430 or something. So classical music produced intricate, balanced crystal structures, and the other music, harsh or chaotic sounds, produce irregular, incomplete formations. Very interesting. Okay, your body from intentional, bringing water back to life. Okay, so that doesn't really give us, it didn't have any pictures. I'm really looking for pictures because pictures are worth 1,000 words, right? But we might not be able to find any, but that's okay if we don't. That's what the book looks like. Oh, that's all it is. It's just about the book. Okay. Sirius B and Cammy, what's up, girl? Cammy says, we put headphones on a water jug once and played solfeggio. The water was markedly sweeter. We did taste tests with several people. That's fascinating, Cammy. That is super fascinating. Yeah, our music definitely makes a difference. Everything, every input that we have, really, honestly, it's not just water, it's not just music, it's what anything that we can sense with our 5 senses, it dramatically affects our living temple, and our consciousness. It's not anything that we should take lightly. If you can listen to it, if you can see it, if you can smell it, if you can taste it, if you can touch it, I mean, it has an effect on your holy temple, and it affects your consciousness in some way. There is nothing that we should do passively, which can be overwhelming, but at the same time, it just makes this realm, I mean, this realm is supernatural. We are magical beings. And that's just, I feel like that can be also empowering if you let it be as well. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to YouTube now. Let's see if we can find some videos about it. So we're not going to do this one because this one is super long, and this is the full film. So then what I'll do is I will copy this into the chat in case anybody wants to see this later. You guys can go ahead and watch this Messages from Water full film. And I'm sure there's other ones, but this is the one that I just found. So we'll go ahead and put this in the chat, and we will pin this for anybody who wants to watch it later. All right. And now let's go ahead and do some searching. Messages from Water. We don't want the full film, but we want to talk about some stuff. We want to see some stuff. Okay, this man's face looks awesome. Let's go ahead and listen to it. Okay, wait, I need to. That was good. I like what he said. He said, drink more water. And if anybody has been watching Functional Strength Over 50, the host of that channel has also mentioned that you should drink at least half your body weight in ounces of water. So if you are 150 pounds, you need to be drinking at least what is that, 75 ounces of water a day or something. I probably didn't get the water exactly right. Wait, hold on. I see some links being put in the chat. Let me see. A question from Shelly, but what happens when you expel the water out of your body? How does the memory still work? What happens when you expel the water out of your body? So I guess when I talk about water having memory, I mean like all water in existence. Like, and I know that's kind of a deeper, bigger, esoteric type of thought, but even the rain, because this, we're in a closed system, right? The water, you know, it goes into the ocean, it evaporates, like it comes back to the rain, like it gets contaminated by the chemtrails and all that stuff. But I think the water in the oceans, the rain, the rivers, the creeks, the lakes, I think all of that water is holding memory. It holds the memory of our ancestors. You know, it remembers, you know, everything. And it could be just like your pee, your urine. So every single ounce, gallon of urine that you have dispelled from your body is still alive wherever it is in the sewers. It still reacts to you. Your urine will not die or stop receiving signals from you until you die. And the way that we know this is because there was an experiment done where they had a man, they had him pee in a cup, they shipped the pee across the country. So he was on one side of the country, and his urine was in a lab on another side of the country. They put him through some shock therapy, nothing like too extreme, but his urine across the country registered the shock as if it had been there in the room with him, as if it was still in his body. So if your urine can respond to you thousands of miles away, and if it's still alive, you know, even when you die, or until you die. So just because it's not a part of you, you know, you flush it down the toilet, you think it's gone and it's dead, but it's actually still receiving messages from you. Then like that, on a grander scale in the universe, all water, which is alive and it holds memory, could still hold the memory of the past things that have happened. I, you know, may not be saying that as eloquently as I would like, but that is where I am coming from when I say that water holds memory. So if you expel water from your body, I don't think it has to be in your body, on your body, or near your body in order to still receive it, because it has been programmed one way or another. It can be reprogrammed, but I you know, because when you talk to the evil, you saw the shape of the crystals of the evil water, or the water that received the evil intention. you know, I think it would be great to do an experiment to see if we take that same jar of water, how long would it take it to reform or change its form to that one of love, gratitude, or wisdom, right? Because all the experiments showed so far is that the water does change to the environment that it's in. Well, would you, how long would it take a love crystal to transform into a hate crystal? And how long would it take a hate crystal to transform into a love crystal? That would be an amazing experiment right there. All right, sorry. Did that explain? Okay, swoops. I've lost my place in the chat. Okay, here we go. Bill's just instead of it smells like shit and tastes like shit, you should just trust your sense of smell more. Okay, here's a Liz has a thing. Hold on, let me pause that. Let me get back to the chat. Okay, Justin, this is one from Cami. Oh, this is a Cheech and Chong video. Okay, hold on. Shelly says, I think our bodies tell us how much it needs. There are some days I need more because of how much I sweat, and other days I don't drink as much, especially in the winter months. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Shelly. Everybody is different, and everybody needs to, you know, go with where they are at the moment. Angela in the house, much love. Yeah, Shelly, water is just recycled over and over. Yeah. Exactly what I mean. So I think it still holds on to Liz says there's also primary water. I keep meaning to look into that. Water recycled, maybe like human being reincarnated. Yeah, very, very interesting. Exactly. I think that the water is more than we think it is, basically. Oh, sorry, you guys. Were you even watching that? Nope, you weren't. Let me share this tab instead. Did y'all even hear the video that I played? My apologies, guys. Okay, so real quick, I'll share this real quick for Cami.
Warnick,
Yeah,
come here.
what?
What that?
I don't know.
Look like dog shit to me.
Yeah, look like dog shit to me too.
Pick up.
What?
Pick up.
Oh,
Feel like dog shit.
yeah, feel like dog shit.
Smell.
Huh?
Smell. Ugh. Smell like dog shit.
Yeah, it smell like dog shit.
Taste.
Oh my God, why do you need to taste it?
Taste like dog shit.
Yeah, taste like dog shit.
Good thing we don't step in it.
Yeah,
Ah.
good thing.
Let's go eat.
Yeah, eat.
Oh my God. That was funny. There you go, Justin. That was for you, bro. Okay, so let me go back to this. Oh, I stopped sharing. I gotta reshare my screen. Give me a second, y'all. Okay. So did anybody see any of the other videos that I had shared before that video for Justin about the shit? I don't want to replay it, but I did find the videos kind of fascinating. So if you did see it, let me know. If you did not see it, let me know. It looks like I'm actually sharing my videos now, so you guys can see. I totally agree with you, Angela Baby Carson. HO3, water from fruit. You know, I've been really watching more videos about fruit, you know, fruitarians. And you know, there is also this this doctor and scientist who is actually really fascinating. So he I mean, I don't really know any other nice way to say it, but he was a hood rat. He was a hood rat. He was a gangbanger. He's like one of the hardest of the hard, like, you know, black brothers. Well, I'm not gonna try to say the N word. But he was of that life, like in the projects and like all of this stuff. And he changed his life around when he like almost he I don't want to get his story wrong, so don't quote me on this, but he almost died. He like had to have his jaw replaced. Like he like had a heart attack. Like he was been shot up a lot, and he had a lot of health issues. And then the thing that really made him change his life was the fact that he, you know, he was starting to experience erectile dysfunction. Like he couldn't get it hard. So, and he didn't want to go the allopathic route. Allopathic means conventional medicine, you know, in the hospitals and the doctors, all that kind of stuff. So he turned his life around and educated himself, became a doctor, became a scientist, and now he's like, you know, really famous in the Black community for, you know, teaching people how to heal themselves. And you know, he's a big advocate for fruitarianism. I think he's actually really just a raw vegan, actually. So he doesn't just do fruit; he also does you know, vegetables. But you know, and he's a huge advocate for H3O. So it means like he basically only drinks coconut water because it's perfectly structured. You know, and so I've been really getting into his research. He talks about he broke down quinoa and how quinoa is scientifically actually a fruit. You know, he talks about like the different molecules and things that make up fruits and vegetables and why it was that, and it is really, really cool. He's an entertaining person to watch because he's saying so many scientific things, but he's saying it like a hood rat. Like he doesn't sound he doesn't sound like a regular you know, white coat. He's speaking real truth, but he's speaking it, you know, and I think that's why so many sorry guys, hit my mic. That's why he's got so many followers, because he speaks like a regular person. He speaks the language of the layman, and he drives it home. So I found that super interesting. But I completely agree. You know, we might not have been created to eat anything whatsoever, but if we were created to eat something, the only thing we were created to eat is fruits, vegetables, herbs, plants. Not you know, our bodies have adapted to eat meat, you know, but I don't think we were, you know, actually created to eat meat. And if we, and I think that there's only certain kinds of meat that we can eat, like, you know, fish. Like even the Bible lists certain foods that you can eat. Like you can only eat fish that has gills and fins, and you should only eat. You should or shouldn't eat something that eats the curd. You know, basically you don't eat cow, don't eat pig, because pig doesn't eat the curd, or something about its hoof. Like there's certain characteristics that animals have that you should stay away from. And there's another video that I saw that actually went through all of the animals and talked about like what they eat, how they process or digest food, and how it could be detrimental to us. Like, you know, you don't want to eat a horse because a horse does this. You don't want to eat snake. You don't want to eat rabbit. You don't want to eat crocodile because it does this and this and this. And, you know, shrimp is a bottom feeder, is a bottom dweller. Fish is the cockroach of the, not fish, sorry, shrimp is the cockroach of the sea, so you don't want to eat shrimp. Like certain things like that. You know, if you want to eat meat, it's every person for itself, but there is definitely some scientific evidence behind that certain meat is detrimental to the body and certain meat is less detrimental. But all of that to say, I agree that if we were, you know, if the whole Garden of Eden story is, you know, to be believed the way that it is, you know, presented by the Roman Catholic Church, then we were created in a garden, and we were supposed to be the stewards and protectors of the animals, not the killers of the animals. So we were supposed to eat fruits and vegetables, you know, pick things off the trees and from the ground, stuff like that. All right, I haven't checked the chat in a while, so let me get into the chat here. Bear with me, guys. Okay. Okay, Shelly's talking about a fruitarian. Kev Roman is doing a fruit camp next year in California. That sounds awesome. Okay, so you did see the water vid. Okay, great. That's why we call that's what we call a come to Jesus moment in healthcare. That's funny. I like coconut water. Fruit is life. I love chia seeds because of their adorable little water halos after you hydrate them. Total side note. I love that, Melissa. That's so funny. Chia seeds are really great. They're good in fat. Definitely never eat chia seeds dry. They will choke you and suffocate you. So make sure you hydrate them first, always. Yeah, Angela says we were indoctrinated to eat after the fall. Probably one of the biggest inversions pulled off on humanity. I completely agree. Shelly says, I just did my weekly fresh market produce trip. So lucky to be able to have so many fresh produce in her area. Yes, the Leviticus diet, Justin. Thank you. That's exactly what I was talking about. We will die without consuming animal products without faking it. I'm finding out when I eat meat, I don't feel as well, and I find it just doesn't taste as good anymore. That's amazing, Shelly. That means your body is adapting back to the way that it should be. Angela knows a ton of people that's thriving off of fruits and vegetables. Yes, our body makes protein from amino acids. Our bodies also make all of the cholesterol it needs. Yeah, most people just don't understand their own body. They weren't taught their own body. They weren't taught how it works. Women have no idea really how their cycle works. They are thrown these terms, luteal, follicular, in, you know, just supposed to, it doesn't explain to them what's going on, right? You know, men barely understand their bodies too. Like, we don't know, we're not taught anything that actually assists us in thriving in this reality, for real. Oh my gosh, Melissa's at the farmer's market now. That's so cool. Oh my gosh, Liz, I hate to hear that, because your rain is tainted, that so many things actually don't taste good. You need to get a tower garden, my friend. You need to get a tower garden. You need to be growing your own food, fruits and vegetables. That way you can clean up the water and you don't have to worry about anything else. Yeah, Shelly, we're not taught about our bodies. Exactly. That's completely. I'm so glad you agree. So Ooh, there's a fly. Okay. I've been sharing this page and I haven't seen anything. Let's do one more. This one looks no, let's see. I like the shorts. Shorts are pretty good. I can actually filter by that. Let's do shorts so they're fast. Liz has got strawberries. That's cool. Oh, I love this guy. Let's watch him.
It's mind-blowing. I don't know if any of you have ever read it. Mind-blowing. And
I want to start it over.
It's mind-blowing. I don't know if any of you have ever read it. Mind-blowing. And Dr. Emoto, just one of the studies, you can even Google Dr. Emoto water studies. He took water from a water bottle, put it in a petri dish, water from the same bottle, put in another petri dish, flash froze both of them. But on one of the petri dishes, he wrote positive words. On the other one, he wrote negative words. The one he wrote the positive words on turned into these beautiful snowflake-looking patterns. The ones he wrote negative words on turned into these gnarly-looking, ugly, matted-up patterns. Here's the question I asked at my training the last 2 days. As far as we know, can water read? No, not as far as we know. As far as we know, can water think? Well, not as far as we know. But yet, the words written on a container of water affect the molecular structure of the water. My body is 70% water. My brain is 90% water. And I can read, I can hear, and I can think. How could I possibly go through life and be so deceived as to think that words don't matter? It's mind-blowing. I don't know if any of you have ever read it. Mind-blowing.
That is, I mean, think about the oh wait, let me make sure I'm talking. Okay. Think about the saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. That right there is the most deceiving, one of the most deceiving what sayings ever. You know, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Words can hurt you more than sticks and stones, right? Your bones, if you're stoned to, you know, if you're stoned or if you're hit with a stick or something, you might break a bone, but your bone, you can see it's broken and you can, you know, you can heal it. A lot of times when we are spoken to, those words, we don't even realize, you know, that we are hurt. We don't even realize that we have been damaged in some way, shape, or form, right? So it's like words hurt you even worse than a physical damage, right? And writing it. So I love doing this. I didn't do it today, but whenever I have a glass, like I have one of these glass water bottles, I just take a dry erase marker and I write something good on there. You don't want to write too many things. Like you don't want to write a whole freaking sentence like, you know, I am more than I supposed myself to be, and I am one with the universe. You know, you want to stick to 2 or 1, 2 to 3 words max. I think would be okay for the water. To program it to what it is that you want to drink or put into your body. I've also heard about writing numbers. I think people don't understand the significance of numbers, code, right, as well. You know, the number 108 is the number of abundance. Even just 8 is the number of abundance. We kind of did angel numbers a couple weeks ago, right? You could write some angel numbers on there. I feel like that might even get to the molecular level of the water as well. There's so many experiments that, you know, I want to do. Have you heard of Veda Austin? She's another water researcher in the community. No, I have not heard of her. I think we should look her up today. That'd be awesome. I bought a watermelon plant yesterday, gonna try to grow them. I have a cantaloupe seed come up for her compost now, and it's just starting to flower. That's amazing. Yes, words cut deeper. to the heart. Oh, that's awesome, Liz. She has love, health, and happiness written on her water jug. Cami says, we don't really get it in America because our grains and cereals are fortified, but you cannot survive naturally on a vegan diet. Your body will not function because of B12, for example. I hear what you're saying, Cami. And I think that there could be some truth to that, but I also think that you can get that B12 from other stuff too. And I don't know if I've talked about this yet, but also urine therapy gives you all of the nutrients you need. But I think that only comes into play, when you are doing something cold turkey. Like if you go from eating a conventional American diet to completely going to a fruitarian without any type of transition time in between, I think that could be really, really much more difficult on your body, mentally, emotionally, physically. You have to transition. You have to give your body time to adapt to a new one. But I think it's definitely possible to get all the nutrients that you need. There are people who are completely thriving on juicing and fruits. I watched a video of a woman who thrives on more sugar. Like she is on a sugar diet. She make sure it's not bleached and it's raw cane sugar, but she's a fruitarian that adds more sugar to her stuff. So that was very interesting. I feel like anything is possible for anybody who does the research, and if they believe that it's good for them, that's why the carnivore diet works for some people, because they believe that it will work for them. So I think that we cannot discount the belief factor, how that works. But I completely agree that because our grains and cereals were messed with, you got to go through time of change, and that if you were eating cereal in Italy or anywhere else, that it was probably not as detrimental to your health as in America, because they actually looked into or there are actually regulations for their food in other countries. Why were we taught that phrase as a child? But that is one of the earliest ones I remember. Yeah, I know, right? That's crazy. Justin says message in a bottle. Yep. Oh my gosh, Melissa, when I make moon water, I always put a word of affirmation on the bar. Yes. Okay. Charging your water with moonlight and sunlight. Oh my gosh, both of those are so freaking amazing. I love to hear that you do that. And we're having a full moon here. We're having a blue moon here on Sunday. A blue moon is whenever there are two full moons in a month, in a 30-day period. And May has two full moons, so the second full moon is called a blue moon. So we've got a blue moon this month. So I'm definitely going to be putting out some water to charge, and I like to do it the night before, the night of, and the day after. I like to charge it for 3 days. B12 and protein are scams, says Angela. Cami says that vegetarian diet does work. It can be secondhand, but your body requires nutrient found in animal sources in reality. So there's some disagreement here, and I definitely love that we're not all on the same. We're not in an echo chamber. I can completely respect when someone disagrees, because you have your own experience, and that is probably correct for you, right? I don't think that we're having a discussion, right? I'm not saying that anyone is wrong or right. I'm saying that everything is possible. And we literally have to be our own experiment. We have to be our own scientists, and you have to figure out what's right for you and your hypothesis and see if it works for you. And I have to do the same for me. You know, and I also think that there are a lot of factors that we don't really take into account. I think that melanin does affect a person's affects a person's, I don't know, health. You know, I think melanated people need certain things that unmelanated people don't need, you know. I think that genetics kind of plays a part in it too. But there are certain things like geographically, you know, where you live. I think that plays into it. What you believe plays into it. You know, a lot of things come into play. You know, but if you are not willing to experiment, then you're never going to find out. And whatever you just, you know, believe in your unconscious, subconscious mind is what you're going to get, you know, if you're not willing to be open to it. So when it comes to protein, I think that over protein is definitely, to me, is a not necessarily a scam, but it is definitely something that is not as truthful as it could be. You know, if for me anyway, I think that plant protein is enough, and you can get protein from plants. And you know, I don't think that animal protein is the only source, but that is not always, you know, other people's experience. Yeah, Melissa, exactly. The right diet is a personal decision, but don't get it twisted. You will adapt and change over time, and therefore your diet will need reassessment as well. Yes, exactly, girl. I completely agree. Stagnation is death, and your body always adapts, and you have to continuously vary and change it up, because once your body adapts, then you don't get any more benefit. You have to change it up to get benefit again. So Melissa's right on track there. Oh gosh, Angie doesn't says that moon water doesn't taste good to her. Shelly's got a drum circle on the beach during the blue moon. Justin, yep, the same shoe doesn't fit everyone. Yes, different research, different people. Wake Mind, emphasizing get more sun and vitamin D. Yep, I completely agree there. Oh gosh, you guys, I was talking and I missed the 12-12. Okay, I missed it, but that's okay. We can still dance. All right, give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Let's get to the music. And let me rearrange here. All right, and drum roll, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a dance party. It's Arielle's dance party. Dance, 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 dance. It's a dance party. It's Arielle's dance party.
Oh my God.
It's a dance party. It's Arielle's dance party.
Get loose!
Dance, 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 dance.
Please, Mama!
It's Arielle's dance party. Dance, 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 dance.
Hiya, hiya.
It's a dance party. It's Arielle's dance party.
The Irish jig. What is? Am I doing the Irish jig right? Okay. Don't hate me, Liz. All right, I gotta sit down, guys. Oh gosh. I hope you guys find that as funny as I do. I gotta get my computer out of the sun. Y'all still with me? Y'all still dancing even though I did it late? Whew. Okay, hold on. All right, and I'm back. All right, hold on, let me see. Okay, where did I leave off? Awakened Mind talking about sun. Liz says my mom's diet wasn't good in her later years. More processed foods. She lived to 96. That's still freaking amazing. Okay. Shelly says, oh, stop. Come on. I lost my place. Hold on. Okay. Shelly doesn't wear shoes anymore. Except every once in a while. I think grounding is amazing. It's really important. Yeah, speaking of which, I need to put my feet on the ground while I'm out here. I'm not even going to lie. You know, bugs and insects are a thing that I just don't like. So, I am trying to keep them away from me. But yes, it is very important. Justin, dance. Too much booty in the pants. Dance, dance, dance. Liz said I could have shouted, but I wouldn't have heard. That's so funny. Oh, thank you, Angie. She says I look fabulous. Oh, Shelly gets a pedicure every week. That's awesome. She's Scottish, LOL. I know, I always get that wrong. I know. She still knows about the jigs though, right? Oh. No worries. Cammy says that she mows her backyard and she's already worn out. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Yeah, no. Mowing your lawn is no joke. It is definitely a workout. Okay, so and there's a nice big Mack truck going by, so hopefully you guys it doesn't bother you guys too much. Okay, so let me look at my battery power. All right, I still got some battery power left in me, so I can go for a little bit longer. I need to DoorDash today. The weekends are supposed to be pretty good for dashing. And it's nice. It's been kind of raining the last couple of days. So hopefully it does. I mean, rain is good, so I'm not mad about rain. You know, the more it rains, the more people want to DoorDash, right? We are forecast rain the next few days, says Liz. Y'all are awesome. All right, guys, hold on. Let me get back to it. Where was I? All right, so I think we can watch a little bit of what Liz sent. So she sent this video. They eliminated 6 human senses before 1700, and you were never meant to notice. This looks quite interesting, Liz. I say we take a look at this for a little while and see what it says. What do you guys agree? Yeah, y'all agree.
Hold your hand out in front of you. Close your eyes. You know exactly where your hand is, even without looking. You can feel the air moving across it. You can feel the weight of your own bones. We are taught, from the very first days of our education, that the human body is a machine equipped with exactly 5 inputs: sight, sound, smell, touch, and taste. We accept this as a biological absolute. But if you look closely at the medical texts, the private diaries, and the forgotten asylum records of the 18th and 19th centuries, a terrifying inconsistency begins to emerge. Before the dawn of the Enlightenment, human beings interacted with the world using a much wider, much deeper spectrum of perception. Historical records suggest there were at least 11 distinct human senses, but by the year 1700, a quiet, systematic campaign had begun to classify, pathologize, and ultimately eliminate 6 of them. You were never meant to notice they were gone. The shift was not biological, it was ideological. As the world moved into the 1700s, the newly formed scientific academies of Europe were obsessed with measurement, categorization, and control. The chaotic, deeply intuitive reality of the medieval and ancient mind was viewed as a threat to the new industrial order. To control a population, you must first define their reality. And
That's super interesting. Oh my gosh, Liz, this is a great video. It's about 12 minutes, so I won't play the whole thing. But over on the side here, it's listing. So it says sight, hearing, smell, taste, touch, right? Those are the 5 that we already know. And then the other ones that it says equilibrium, proprioception, the sense of body and position, thermoception, nociception, time perception, and introspection. Yeah. I feel like, I mean, those aren't like all of those things we kind of do intuitively, but when you put it this way as like what an actual human sense is, like imagine if we thought of these as senses, that how much more perceptive humans would be, right? That is wildly amazing. Let me see. I want to show blind fold kids. No, let me see. Is it psychic? Psychic. Chill. Oh, wait, learn to happy. Let's see, will that tell us? No, that's not what I want. I want to share. Blindfold kids see stuff. Okay. Yeah, here's, let's see. Train yourself to read with blindfolds on. Here we go. Have you guys seen the kids that can do things while they're blindfolded?
You are witnessing children reading and playing, completely blindfolded.
The other dragons were purple with smooth, shiny scales.
It might seem like a magic trick, and when I first saw it, I thought the same thing. This can't be true. But what if I told you that you too can train yourself to see without your physical eyes? Anyone can do this. And if we can train our brains to see with the blindfold on, then we can also cultivate this higher power to make our brain do just about anything. So how do we do it? There are a few different methodologies that all achieve the same result because they're based on the same principle. If you believe it, you can achieve it.
I can do this, anybody can do this. Everything's your attitude.
Green, excellent. Pink, marvelous.
In your head, you just need to think, please may I turn my energy on.
So then how are these children and adults seeing in pitch black masks? They're able to see because they truly believe that there is light present in the environment around them. They visualized that there was light coming in from the environment, piercing through their mask, and soon enough the light became so bright that they could see as if the masks weren't even there.
Tell me what's on this card.
Teacup.
Belief can supersede what the brain thinks and does. It's the ultimate validation that our consciousness can make our physical brain do exactly what we want it to do. We all have the power to achieve and manifest these superhuman abilities. So it's not seeing is believing, but rather believing is seeing.
Ooh. Believing is seeing. Exactly, right? Like, literally, the belief comes first. Always, and 100% belief always comes first. That was pretty cool. Let me get back to, I'll play a little bit more of that video from Liz. Let me check the chat though. Hold on. Definitely wash your feet off after you step in poo. Awakened mind. To control a population, you must define their reality, right? 100% true. The blindfold sight is a real skill. Endless weeds. Yes, it's very interesting, right? So I would love to hone my skill of being able to see without my physical eyes. And I think that completely like opens up your other skills and your other senses. Probably what this video is talking about. So let me play this a little bit longer.
Population that can feel the invisible, deeply intuitive reality of the medieval and ancient mind was viewed as a threat to the new industrial order. To control a population, you must first define their reality, and a population that can feel the invisible forces of the earth, sense the shifting of atmospheric pressure, and communicate through silent biological resonance is a population that cannot be easily managed. The first sense to be systematically erased was magnetoreception, the innate human ability to feel the magnetic fields of the earth. Today we observe this sense in migrating birds, in sea turtles, and in wolves. But in the early 1700s, it was still a documented trait in human beings, particularly among indigenous navigators and rural sailors. In the logs of the British Royal Navy from the 1740s, captains frequently noted that impressed sailors from the deep countryside did not need a compass to find north. In the darkest, fog-choked nights on the Atlantic, they could simply feel it in their chests, a faint, pulling tension that anchored them to the pole. But the new naval academies of the era could not tolerate a navigation system that could not be standardized, bought, or sold. By the early 1800s, navigation schools began actively punishing sailors who relied on instinct rather than the newly manufactured brass instruments. The magnetic sense was dismissed as folklore, it was mocked, and like any biological function, if a sense is ignored, mocked, and unused from childhood, the neural pathways begin to wither.
Oh my gosh! Do you hear that? The sailors were being punished for using their innate senses? I mean, listen. That is literally like the only way that you can take over people is by punishing them and mocking them. I mean, the sailors could feel north. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm blown away. That just, it sounds like so much other stuff that people were tortured for, not believing. Like the senses were just closed down. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm gonna re-put this in the chat so y'all can go watch this video, because this is pretty cool. I don't want to take up people's time, but this is something I'm definitely interested in. Liz, thank you for dropping this for real. That is super freaking relevant. Wow. Like, can you imagine what kind of a society we would have right now if humans trusted their other senses, their innate senses, and we would not be easily controlled, right? This is really fascinating. The fact that the sailors were punished for that, they were scolded, they were looked down on. I mean, that is crazy. For not using the modern stuff. I mean, who are these people who want to keep us so down? I just can't understand. It came up on your feed this morning, Liz. Yeah, that's a really cool one. Yeah, they haven't fucked with birds, right? Birds, they still fuck around with all of us, right? But birds still have their innate ability to do stuff. It's a muscle, right? That's the thing I think I'm getting from this video. I'm gonna go ahead and stop sharing. Everything is a muscle. Everything can be built from the ground up. Just because we forgot something doesn't mean that we don't have access to it, that we can't do it anymore, right? Once we're aware of the fact that we lost something, or that we aren't using our full potential, we can build our full potential back up again. That is completely doable. Just like those kids can watch, can see things with the blindfolds on, can do completely, everything like they can see with their own eyes. It's a muscle that they've built. Is it easier for kids, at a young age? Yes. Just because you have to put in more work as an adult doesn't mean that you can't do it. But we can all we can all rebuild that muscle. But it is completely proven. I mean, it is not a conspiracy theory. It is a conspiracy fact that there are institutions that have trained us away from our innate power, our sovereign power, our divine power. And but that doesn't stop us from being divine. That doesn't stop us from being sovereign just because we forgot it. I completely agree. Okay. Yeah, Angie, I dropped the link to that above. It's right above where Justin says that birds can feel north. They basically have something like a magnet in their beak. 1, 2, 3, 4, Melissa. I think we used to have telepathy. Yeah, I think we used to have that too. Oh, wow. Liz and Cammie had telepathy when they stayed together. That's pretty cool. I think that, you know, just kind of like twins, you know, have a twin sense. That we definitely, I think that's true. I think words and stuff, you know, because if we go with the Christian creation story, I think that multiple cultures and religions say that the world was created with a word, right? In Christianity, you know, God said, "Let there be light, let there be land," you know, separate the waters from the waters, right? Spoke it into reality. But you know, you only speak things when like you need to create, like when we're communicating, like I think with each other, like because we're spirits, we don't have to use words, right? Oh yeah, Shelly's a twin. Yep, she and her twin have that twin sense. That's pretty freaking cool, even though they live far away. Oh, I love that. That's really cool. Yeah, we're just really amazing. I mean, and it's not bad to say that. I think we have been so conditioned in so many different areas, in every area that we would need to be conquered and domesticated. I mean, in the way that we have been domesticated. I mean, we live in boxes, we live under, you know, artificial light. We eat artificial food now. You know, we use the most primitive ways to communicate with each other, and we think that it's so that we're so, you know, technically advanced, right? But we have been so conditioned away from our innate natural sovereignty, our natural power. It's all about learning, relearning, rebuilding that muscle. And we're so used to instant gratification now that a lot of people don't want to put in the work to do that. Oh gosh, I got a mosquito. Ugh. I thought I had enough of the mosquito repellent on me, y'all. I gotta spray some more. I've been bit up a couple times because it did just rain, so the mosquitoes are out. So I might not be able to stay out much longer. But just, you know, kind of wrapping up with that thought that and kind of tying it in with, you know, with the water, right? How words affect water. Water holds memory. Water holds frequency. We know that words affect our reality 100%, whether it's written, or spoken or thought. And how we have to rebuild our subtle senses. I think that's how you can see it, because like there's subtle energy and then there's, you know, the dense energy, the ones that we're used to using all the time, but we still do have subtle senses to feel the deeper energies, right? The vibration, the frequency, the magnetic stuff. Oh gosh, talking about 6G. 6G is affecting your body. It doesn't affect your phone, it affects your body, because we are electrical beings. Like that's a whole other thing that we could talk about. You know, and I don't know for sure if the sickness that I felt, the detoxing symptoms that I had were because of 5G, but it really could, because I don't get sick. And my mom and I both got sick relatively close together around the time where it was rolled out in our area. But that is a subtle energy, electricity, our electric, because we are electric beings. Man, I just we here, the people who show up to my live channel, we are aware. We are working on building our senses, and we are not like everyone else. And we can change our reality. We can change our timelines because we are aware of this stuff, and we take the little necessary steps to do so. There is nothing that we can't achieve. And because we are observing, we are doing what we can, I think that it makes a huge difference. And the effects of certain things are not as strong on us as it could be. That being said, just like Melissa was had mentioned earlier with your diet, like when your body adapts, you have to continually adapt and vary things. You cannot stay stagnant. Even if you're doing stuff that is good, you cannot stay stagnant. You have to continually upgrade, right? There's a specific type of stress that would be considered a good type of stress that you can put on your body. Like, when you're working out, when you're lifting weights, that's a good type of stress. This is this type of stress that helps you build yourself, that helps you grow, that helps you to be stronger. And you cannot just stay in one spot. Stagnation is death. And you have to continually tell your body to grow and to adapt and stuff. So yeah, I said a lot of stuff there. Let me get to the chat here. Oh, Liz, that's amazing. Meeting Liz was like meeting someone I was born to know. Y'all are probably soul friends. Like y'all probably your souls have met in many timelines. Liz says, I think our powers will start to come back online soon, if not already. Oh, I totally agree. Yeah, I think that they're spraying more, trying to keep our the solar rays from getting to us, right? And they're trying to stop it from coming back online, but they can't. They can only try to dampen it, but they can't stop it. That was so oh my gosh, Shelly says we sent each other the same birthday card for our 30th birthday. It was like, why did I get my card back? But the handwriting was hers. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Cammie is suggesting me vanilla lotion. It works for some people. My mom and her sister sent my gran the same birthday card, and they were on different sides of the country. That's crazy. I think the way it combines with your natural chemistry, everyone is different. Yeah, the chat has been busy and awesome, very awesome. Yeah, thanks for everyone who comes on. I see that there's still 10 people here. That's I really appreciate the people who continuously come and listen to me, even if you don't agree with me, even if I say something, wrong, or if I, if we don't agree, like still showing up to have a discussion, still showing up to, hear me in my frequency. I really appreciate this group. I really appreciate the fact that You hear me, and I love the fact that we disagree, because we're not in an echo chamber. We do have discussions, and I learn from each and every one of you. It's so refreshing. I love learning from you. I love chatting with you. I love dancing with you. You guys are so amazing. Yeah, so let me find some music for us here. Give me a second. This has been a really good day. Ooh. We are all lights in this place. Yes. Hey, Effie Nation. Nathan was lurking around. What's up, brother? Much love. Oh, thanks for lurking, of course. I appreciate you. I know that there's, other people who lurk and don't say anything, which is completely fine. I appreciate anyone who rewatches the, the replay. Thank you for people who rewatch the replay. The Barbarian King. Let me see, what is this one? Let's do this one. I think I like this one. Let's do this one. Y'all still with me? Oh yeah, this is cute. Can y'all still hear me? I said Nathan. I meant Carl. I don't hate me. I'm so sorry, Carl. Oh my gosh. About to head home and get back to the gardens. I love this group. Highlight of my Friday. I know Liz just popped up in my head. It's raining here. Time to hit the garden. Okay. Y'all have an amazing rest of your day. Remember that I love you. Remember that you are loved. Remember that you are more than you suppose yourselves to be. Everything is frozen on my end, so hopefully it's not too frozen on your end. Be cool out there while you're working in the garden. Make sure you're drinking your water. Make sure you put on you don't wear sunglasses so that the sun can get into your retinas and help your skin to save to not get burnt, because that's what helps. Do something different today. Do something, use your left hand instead of your right hand. Take a different route to work. Do something unexpected or spontaneous to really just to change things up and to remind your body and remind your soul that you are not stagnant, that you're always changing, that you're always adapting, and that you can always grow. You are never stop growing. You never stop thriving, and you are more than you suppose yourself to be. You are the entire universe right now within yourself, and the universe is just waiting for you to take hold of your power, to show that you are not a bystander, that you are actually an active participant in your life, in your frequency, in your reality, that you are high vibrating, And there's nothing that you cannot do. There's nothing that you cannot achieve. And anything that you feel right now is just a remnant of how you have been thinking, feeling, and reacting up until this point. But you can always change, you can always adapt, you can always grow, and there's nothing keeping you from thriving. Make sure you dance, make sure you smile, make sure you celebrate the fact that you are amazing. You're always amazing. Thank you again so much for coming. Thank you so much, Liz and Shelly and Angela and Melissa and Carl and Cami and Sue, and Justin and Awaken Mind. And I know Jonna was here earlier. And if I missed you, I appreciate you, and I still love you so much. And I can't wait to see you again next week. Thank you all so much for being here. And remember that you're awesome. So